Hey guys, welcome back for another yin class, a short one. Today what we're going to be focusing on is just the lower half. This is for if you wake up, maybe you're a little stiff, maybe you've been sitting a lot, maybe you just feel like this part of your body needs a little bit of love. So we're going to start at the ankles and move up till we get to the hips and the back line. We're going to start off as always just in a comfortable seat. You can be sitting on your knees, sitting cross-legged, sitting on a pillow, whatever you need. Close down your eyes. A little bit of length through the spine. You guys know, if you've done these classes before, that with yin we're not forcing the breath at all. What we're doing is watching it move in and out. So when it comes to breath, yin is closer to meditation than it is vinyasa. Everything we do is subtle and mindful, gentle and deliberate. Take a few more breaths to bring yourself here and now to this practice, to your mat, to this stillness. Take one more breath here before we move towards our first posture. Gently blink your eyes open. Start to come up onto both knees. Sit back. Start to bring the sole of your left foot to the earth. Now you want your foot to be relatively far back as you can get it, keeping your heel on the ground. Now what we're doing here is just allowing our weight to come over the knee, lengthening through the back of the ankle and the calf, through our Achilles, creating this ankle flexion. Now here, if you don't have very much, just move that foot a little further forward. Yeah. But no matter where you are, we want to think about bringing the weight down and forward. You get to dictate how much weight you bring in here. Once you find that space though, once you find that place where you feel as though the sensation is right, it should be subtle, it should be gentle. Start to settle in. Allow that breath to once again become fluid. So here we're actually flexing through the left ankle, extending through the right. And don't feel as though you need to be this deep. Find your depth that works for you. You could be sitting up on a pillow and this left foot could be a lot further forward. That's fine. As long as we're getting this sensation through the back of the left ankle, through the top of the right foot. Maybe you close your eyes down once again. That's a beautiful thing to do in any yin practice. We're not moving, we're not balancing. We're just allowing ourselves to be where we are. So if you want to draw your attention even more inward, you can take away one of those senses. Take away that sight. Don't be afraid to go a little deeper, a little more shallow. Now, as much as We emphasize stillness in yin. Movement is there, just make sure it's mindful, make sure it's deliberate. Make sure there's a purpose. Just one more breath on this side. Slowly start to shift your weight up. Change sides. So now we're extending that left foot. Bringing the sole of the right towards the earth. Again, adjusting so the heel is on the ground, but the knees are actually maybe starting to move further forward than the toes. One side may be totally different to the other, and that is fine. As always, it's all part of it. It's all part of the practice. What that happens if one side is different is you notice it's different, you be aware of it, you accept it, you move on. And don't be afraid to change the depth. If that choice is made, the utmost care. Notice the sensation. Does it change? Does it get stronger or more gentle? Do you feel yourself letting go? You may be tensing up even more. If that's the case, just watch the breath. Bring your attention there. Try and let go of any muscular engagement that you're holding on to. You just shift a little bit more weight forward. The knees move a little further past the toe. Few more breaths. Really slowly start to shift the weight back. Come down to a hero's pose. So you're on both knees. Here, you're going to keep the right foot extended, send the left leg out long. That right heel is going to move just to the outside of your hips. Now here, you're welcome to sit up on a block, on a pillow, on a prop. What we're going to do is start to lean back. We're coming into saddle, but just the one leg variation. The right leg first. Here we're only going as far as we feel what you think is a gentle but still a sensation that's there. So that may be hands leaning back, maybe you're down on your elbows, maybe you're laying all the way down on the ground, but if your knee is starting to come off the ground and you're arching through your back, it's probably a good indication that you've gone a little bit too far, at least for a yin variation of this pose. Once you've found whichever version is best for you, start to settle in. If you haven't already, again, maybe you close down your eyes. Turn off another one of those senses. And don't be afraid to play around with depth. If that's what your body is calling for, listen. Just make sure the movement is mindful. Slowly using your elbows, then your hands start to push back. Send your right leg out long. Start to bend through your left. Here we want the heel close to the hips. You can start to bring that calf muscle out. And again, find your depth. Don't worry about mine, don't worry about even what your depth maybe used to be or what you want it to be. So we start from where we are. Find your variation, settle in. Be with whatever sensation comes up. Know that it's not good, it's not bad. It's just there. Really slow. Start to come back. Lifting yourself up. Start to unravel that leg. Coming into Sukhasana, fire log pose. Bringing the right shin parallel with the front of the mat. So it's going to be like weirdly far away from your hips. Then you're either taking that left foot on top of the right knee, or if this is a bit too much for you, totally fine. Bring the left shin in front of the right. So you're sitting cross-legged, but your shins are far away from your hip. And once you've found your depth, this may be enough for you. Maybe you want to start to fold forward. Again, find whichever variation works for you and stay there. And the sensation in the hips is something that a lot of the time we want to fight against. A lot of the time it can be really strong, but as much as you can, release that tension. Try and let go. Slowly start to release. Switch over sides. All you're doing is swapping the legs over. That left shin now parallel with the front of the mat. The right ankle either on top of the knee or in front. As always, guys, remember one side could be totally different to the other, and that is fine. Just trust that your body knows where it's meant to be. Trust that it's going to go to the point that it's best going to serve it. Once you get there, be there. Slowly, when you're ready, start to bring yourself up. From here, begin to send both legs out long. Coming into caterpillar. Still make sure your sitting bones are going back. Start to round over. The only activity, the only engagement in your body is your chin moving towards your chest. Close down your eyes, let gravity do the work. There's no need to force. Here, even though we're working on the lower body, this sensation may arise through your spine or through your neck. If that's the case, let it be there. This is a posture where sensation tends to come up where we need it. So again, listen to your body, don't fight it. A few more breaths. And let go even more. Slowly, gently, start to roll back up, lay down on your back, Shavasana. A final resting pose. Any little movements you need to take before you settle in, take them. We're in no rush to land here. Maybe you tuck your shoulder blades underneath. Maybe you take a prop underneath your knee. No matter where you are, surrender. Surrender the breath, the body, even the practice. Let it all go. Just be with whatever's left. Start to bring some awareness back to your breath. No force, just watching it move in and out. Stay here as long as you need. When you feel as though the time is right, start to roll through one side. Come to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. When you land, bring your hand to your heart. Take a gentle bow of your head. Acknowledge your practice. But also be aware and acknowledge the practice of every other person. I leave you with what Maharaji left Ram Dass: love everybody, tell the truth. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. As always, any feedback, any comments, any requests, give us a shout out. We'd love to hear from you.